Hi Year 10, today I want you to think about how your ethnicity could impact your achievements. You're going to be looking at some statistics and thinking about your own ethnicity and how it might impact how well you do at school. So first of all, I want you to think about your own ethnicity and whether or not you think that could have affected or could in the future affect your level of achievement. And I want you to think why or why not. The outcomes for the lesson are to know that different ethnic groups achieve differently. You're going to then go on to explain why that might happen, and then evaluate the idea and consider other possibilities such as gender and class. So your main learning objective is how might a person's ethnicity affect their achievement. First of all, you need to think about what ethnicity is. It's a group of people that share the same culture, which is our norms and values, and that helps us to form our identity. We refer to ethnic minority groups as MEGs. They are a group with a distinct culture that makes up for a small percentage of the population. So we're seeing a minority rather than the white majority. It's a smaller group. We think about ethnocentrism, and this is where we look at the culture of the majority, which in this case is the white majority, is seen and treated better in many situations than the culture of the minority. So that's where we see things like racism and marginalisation of groups because they're different. There is race, which is the biological difference between different groups, like their natural physical differences. That the race is part of people's skin colour, their hair type, and so on. I'd like you for each of these keywords to write down a 2-mark definition into your notes. Now I want you to have a look at this graph. This is the percentage achievement at GCSE by ethnic group. You can see along the bottom there are different ethnic groups, and along the side is the percentage of pupils achieving 5 GCSEs that are level A star to C, including English and Maths. I'd like you to have a look at the highest achieving overall, the lowest overall, how well the white majority do. Think about what's happening to the achievement over time, so compare the results from 2006, 2007, which are the blue bars, to 2010 and 11, which are the red ones. Think about what's actually happening to achievement over time with all those groups in mind. And I want you to start thinking about why there are these differences. So for instance, why might an Indian student achieve differently from a black Caribbean student? Why might a white British student achieve differently from a Pakistani student? I then want you to think about those who are not achieving 5 GCSEs and who may or may not be on free school meals. Remember, free school meals are given to students whose parents have a lower income to help to alleviate the pressure of having to pay for or make a packed lunch for their child. It means that a child can go to school and have a healthy meal that has some of their 5 a day in it to help them to grow and to be able to concentrate on their work. So this graph shows you the students on free school meals in dark blue and not on free school meals in light blue. We see the different ethnic groups along the bottom, and along the side is the percentage who have not achieved 5 GCSEs A star to C, including English and Maths. So they haven't achieved the rate that we would expect. I'd like you to have a look and see which group is most likely to be on free school meals, which group achieves the worst results, so which do we see is the lowest achieving. So remember, you're looking at a taller bar to think about who is the lowest achieving, because this graph shows the number of people who have not achieved 5 A star to C GCSE. I want you to have a look and see which group is most likely to be on, least likely to be on free school meals, and why you think there are these differences overall between these groups. I then want you to do a bit of research. You need to think about how cultural differences, parental expectations, labelling and teacher expectations, the hidden curriculum, racism, and lack of role models have all caused ethnic minority groups to underachieve and also achieve differently to the white majority. As we know already from looking at the data, some ethnic minority groups actually achieve higher. So you can use the ebook, and there is a link on fronter to the ebook. You can use the 3 links that I have put below, or any other source of information to help you to explain how those 6 things can explain why some ethnic minority groups don't achieve as highly as others. Then I want you to try this 5-mark question. 5-mark questions ask you to describe and explain. So you get 2 marks for describing one way in which ethnicity can affect attainment levels of students, and you'll get 3 marks to explain how it does this. So you need to try and make sure you use examples, you say why it's happening, and you apply it to the question of achievement or attainment. For a 12-mark question, you'd need 2 circ paragraphs to say that ethnicity causes differences in achievement, and 2 to suggest it's something else before concluding. I want you to consider how far sociologists would argue that achievement is affected by ethnicity. I only want 1 circ paragraph to say it is ethnicity, and 1 circ paragraph to suggest it's something else, so you can draw on your notes that you did on class in the lesson on Tuesday. Remember, circ is state, explain, reference and criticise. You state your point, you explain what it means, you refer to examples, and then you criticise, either supporting or opposing, trying to apply theoretical viewpoints such as functionalism, Marxism, feminism. And that's all you're going to do today. So make sure you write it on your notes, put it on paper, do it on a Word document, but we need to have these in your books, and I'll see you Tuesday.